Damn hustling, 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 hustling,
It's
hustling, hustling,
Yaboyskey.
hustling, 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 hustling.
Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. You're not just in the Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today, we got ourselves a banger daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you guys spam that like button, hit that share so other people can spam that like button. Let's get this party started, y'all. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to gatekeep, but my God, every time I go live on TikTok, I have issues, and this seems to be the only way that I don't have issues. So we're going to bring the most amount of value for the people who want to see it the most. All I know is that historically it always goes up, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, y'all, I told you guys yesterday, literally yesterday when we were at 83K, I said we're going to come back to 79. I said it yesterday. So here we are. People are already freaking out. People are already freaking out. Alex said he thinks the bottom's not in. I think that can be true for the stock market. I think that the stock market has put in the selling climax, so to speak. This perhaps is the secondary test. I think there's a chance that we have one more plunge in the Dow Jones, but I do think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has already put in, we have a clear divergence here. I think that this is the selling climax, the secondary test, and the spring. That's what I think. So we'll see. Worst case, I'll wait 5 to 10 years. Who cares? I picked up some Brett on the dip. Davio, thanks for the heart, bro. You savage.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you, fam. Is the music too loud? Let me see. We might have a little bit cranked here. Turn it down just a little bit. There we go. Might have it just a little bit cranked. That's okay. That's where I think we're at, guys. Like I said, I mean, ultimately, this is still a green candle. I do think that we're probably going to get the 83K. We're probably going to get rejected off the 200 exponential moving average and come back to 78K. We got as low as 78K today. I don't necessarily think that that's the move that I was looking for. I think that this is still the end of the spring. I do think we're going to rise into 82, 83K, come back into 77K. That would be our test, in my opinion, which here is the full Wyckoff schematic that I have laid out. Phase A, you get your markdown, your selling climax, your automatic reaction, your secondary test. That is textbook. That's what I believe that we have right now. Your markdown, your automatic reaction, your secondary test. Then you move to the upside and you get a secondary test in phase B, which goes lower, textbook, lower than the selling climax. Okay, you move to the upside, come back down, secondary test in phase B, textbook goes lower than the selling climax. Move to the upside, creek down, take it all out in phase C. Move to the upside, creek down, take it all out. Phase C, the spring goes lower than the secondary test and the selling climax. You get a move to the upside, and I think the next thing is our test, which the test is going to be about 77K, 78K, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't necessarily know that this is the test today, because I do think there's going to be a little bit bigger of a swing, but we'll see. We will see. But we're somewhere in this neck of the woods right here, in my opinion. We're somewhere in between the spring and the test. We're somewhere in here. And the next move is going to be your LPS, which would likely be about 90K. And then the sign of strength would be about 95 to 100K. Choppy a little bit before getting phase E. Phase E would take us north of 118K. That's where I think that we're at. Okay? I think we're exactly right here. So there you go. I told you guys yesterday that we would pull back to 77K. Here we are. People are already abandoning ship. Abandoning hope. Abandon hope. Why are the Solnic NFTs different prices? What do you mean? Alex Kostas thinks that will be no new high by June. Do you agree? I do not agree. I do not agree. On the stock market, I would agree. I don't think so. This is what we talked about, too. What we have talked about is crypto is 24/7. So a lot of times we see the moves happen more quickly. Load up on some more link. I picked up some Brett. So here you go. This is where I think we're at. We're somewhere in between the spring and the test. That's exactly where I think that we're at. Exactly where I think that we're at. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
So there you go. I bought 3 NFTs, and I think they were all different prices. Where did you buy them, bro? LCX exit targets is still the same. 38 cents, $1, $2. Still the exact same. Nothing has changed in that regard. Yeah, where did you get them, Jody? Listen, you guys are all telling me that this is what I've learned too. You guys are all telling me that Alex is spreading FUD today. Everyone's saying that. I've learned that what you guys report to me, what Alex is saying, I don't know. I didn't watch his videos. What you guys report to me that he's saying versus what actually happened sometimes doesn't line up. But that's okay. Like, it happens. Hedge funds. Okay, yeah. You should be good. I don't know why they would be different prices. They should all be the same price. 0.25 Solana each is what they should be. You could send me a DM on that and I'll check it out. Roswell, thanks for Sean and Roswell, C. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Thanks for becoming a member. Yes, savages.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Will the test be during the full moon in the coming days? Probably. It should definitely be in the window of that. So I would say within 3 days of that. So the 12th is the full moon. I would probably anticipate it to be before the 16th. But we'll see. So we're definitely in that sort of window right now. We'll see where it takes us. I do think that 77 is going to be where we're going to go. I have some limit orders at 77. And I would love for them to get hit. I would love for it to happen. Why is this update available? I don't want an update. I want you to hide it. There we go. Anyways, I want to join the premium Discord. What do I need to do next? Just send me proof, bro, and I will send you the link. I do it manually so that there's not... I don't want being infiltrated, basically. So thanks for your support. All that goes towards the development and marketing of Solnic. But yeah, I'm going to send you... just send me a DM with proof, and I will send you the link. Hey, Ski, thoughts on XYO right now? Let's check it. Let's look at XYO right now. I don't know. What are my thoughts? Strong chance that this is the spring. It has not broke the downtrend yet. This is a pretty aggressive downtrend. It is on top of a lot of support. We will see. What I would like to see is it get a back above the 200 EMA. In all likelihood, it's probably going to get rejected off of here. Come back. That might be a good entry point. But overall, I think it's still really good value. That is my thoughts. In the macro. In the micro, it has not quite broken this downtrend yet. But I think it's getting pretty close. Me, myself, and I. Thanks for the $4.99 donation, bro. I appreciate you, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Hey, Ski, random question. Thoughts on buying exotic car? Not really my thing. I'm more of a classic car type of guy. I don't really like, you know, they just don't do it for me the same way as like a 70 Chevelle or like a 69 Camaro. Like that's an exotic car to me. You know what I'm saying? But can you look up Uni, bro? Yeah, let's take a look at Uni. Watch the full video, bro. No hate. He just changes every day. He should stick to trading, too emotional for long term. I don't think you're hating. I'm just reporting what, you know, what my observation. I'm not even accusing you. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you guys report to me that he's bearish, and then I go back and it's like that's not true. But we'll see. Like, if he's bearish, he's bearish. That doesn't change how I think right now. What do you think about Penlink? We'll take a look at Penlink. Let's start with Uni right now. By the way, the ebook is almost done. And you can get on the wait list now for that if you guys are interested. Let me make sure I get it right here. Oops. So that should be done pretty soon, but the waitlist is available now. The link should be in my link tree on TikTok, and it should be in the description if you guys want to get on the waitlist. Obviously, the members get the very best price, and they're going to get it first. The alpha group, if you will. I thought about making it free for the exclusive group, but realistically, I did not want you guys to treat it like free information, so I just charged as little as I could so that you are actually invested, if that makes sense. So here we go. Here it is. Built in the Boring by myself, Yaboyskey. So I've been quietly working on this in the background the last few months. And this is going to be my full method, how I view the market. It's going to be with Wyckoff. It's going to be Elliott Wave, Fibonacci's. It's going to be trading with the moon, anti-trading sentiment, real life examples, real life trades, and just the blue book, the blueprint, if you will. So that's almost done. Should be done next week. And if you want to get early access, there is a link to do that. So cool. So I'm excited to bring that value to you guys. I told Alex to disagree with me live. I told him to disagree with me live. So we'll see. It's fine. If he disagrees, he disagrees. It makes for better content, really. All right, let's check out Uni. Have caught a live in a bit. Glad to be here, brother. Glad you're here. He does not expect a new high for the total 3 in Bitcoin in 2025. That's been pretty consistent with his theory. See, Jeff, that's been pretty consistent with what he's been saying the whole time. He's been saying that he's more a 2026 mega bull than a 2025 mega bull. So, I mean, I don't think that that's really any different. That doesn't mean he's not bullish right now. Last I talked to him, he was bullish in the micro. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. All right, let's check out Uni. I mean, man, it's at your bear market lows here on market cap. It hasn't quite broke the downtrend. I might take a stab at this though, but you know, realistically, we would like to see a higher low come in and a higher high. We haven't got that yet. So realistically, we would like to take 4.5 billion out, which is about a 38% move. Man, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say macro. I really like this chart. Macro. Micro. It's a higher risk, higher reward. I might take a tight stab at this on Uni. But there's no clear indications in the micro that it's broke a downtrend yet, other than a little divergence on the RSI, which is good. All the way down to 19 right here. You have a lower point and a higher high on the RSI. This is a bullish divergence. I would actually like to see... No. Okay, so... Yeah. That's it. So micro, it doesn't look as great. Macro, I'm super bullish on Uni. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. I feel bad for him buying now, but I loaded up dumb amounts of crypto in 2022. I disagree with you telling Alex to disagree with you live. Ski, I've been working overtime like crazy, taking advantage of these dips. That is going to pay off. This game is about patience. It's about emotional fortitude. It's about being stoic. And those that are patient, stoic, and are not emotional are going to win. Period. Who was the English dude that did the live with you a couple Sundays ago? Great duo. That was my God, his name just slipped my mind. I really like him. My God. Alvarez. Jesus. I'm not great with names. Yeah, Alvarez. Alvarez is a good dude. I like Alvarez. I think he brings a lot of value. If you had to choose 3 non-Bitcoin coins to buy the dip right now, what would they be? What market cap are you looking for, and what is your time horizon? You know, my time horizon is different than yours. Maybe. Perhaps. He's a good dude. I'm in his group too. Yes, Alvarez, very informative. Yes, I like Alvarez. He's a solid dude. To sell during the next pump. Thanks for keeping us grounded. That's my goal. I don't want to be hopium. I don't want to be, you know. So if you would want something that's kind of already broken the downtrend. And I would probably pick ADA. Is a good candidate. I would probably go for a bigger market cap. Obviously, Solnic is my top value play. LCX, you could say, is making a higher low right now if this holds. So there you go. Yeah, I'd probably go with those 3. You could throw H&T in there. The Watson crew flags his account. That's such a beta thing to do. If that's true, that's a beta thing to do. Thoughts on Flux? I still like Flux. It's got some work to do. You know, if that's a true statement, I don't know if that's true, but that's super beta. Just bought more VeChain, XCN, XCC. I like all of those as well. VeChain or XCN's actually doing pretty well right now. It's up 32% today. Strong bounce off the 200. Wow. So it's still below the 236. I would expect it to do, I'd probably de-risk around 3 cents. And then the micro is 7 cents, 1618. I would probably de-risk a little bit around 3.3 cents. But this is clearly broken a downtrend here. Maybe wait for this to get on the back test. It was a strong performer. Got super overbought, and then it got super oversold. So, I mean, it's in the middle right now, but you would obviously probably expect a back test here on XCN. But 32% in a day is insane. And I do like that this got above, with this pump, above the 200 EMA. So I might be looking to add this on a back test. Mint XLM, not XCN. Okay, well, I'm just put that out there. I don't mind XCN. I think it's a bad buy today. I'd wait for a back test. You know what I'm saying? But I'd wait for a back test. And I'll probably de-risk around 3.3 cents. I'm going to try to get this around 1.1 cents. And de-risk around 3 cents. So that's a 2x. Good call on the 78K support, falling Wyckoff close on accumulation. I think so, Joseph. We're not out of the woods. I don't think that I would classify that as the test just yet. Let's see how the next few days hold out. But I do think that relatively, like, this is where we're at. We're somewhere in between the spring and the test. That's exactly where I think that we're at. And we're going to know a little bit more over the next couple of days. We're going to get our answer. I would say probably by the 15th of April, we're going to get our answer. But we're somewhere in between the spring and the test. I would probably argue we're probably right here, to be honest. I don't know that was the test. Just because relatively, even though we're only at, what is it, 79K right now? Almost 80K, really, 79.8. Realistically, though, on the daily, this is still a green candle. You know what I mean? This is still a move. I would still classify this as your first little move up. Let's see how the next couple of days go. We're probably going to get 83 daily body close and then come back to 77 on a daily body close. Let's see on the 5 hour. You see the 5 hour. Yeah, that's probably, I would say, yes, that's what I think. I think we're going to continue to march up to about 83K daily body. Even though we've gotten 83 twice. We got 83.5 and then we got 83.7 or 82.7. I think we're going to get the full body. I wouldn't classify this as the test just yet. We'll probably get that around the 12th to 16th is if I had to guess. Because that's ultimately what it is. That's what I would think. So I wouldn't classify this as the test just yet. But I do think we're going to visit 77 again. I have my limit orders in. I like strawberries. Will there be blueberry bushes on your farm? There will be blueberry bushes on my farm. PFE oversold. Is this the last time this year we'll go below 80K, or you think we chop like all summer? I do think we chop like all summer. It depends on how high we go between now and June. Thanks for becoming a member, bro. You savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Okay, so listen. This is a cop-out answer. I know it is. Rockfort. The truth is, it depends on how high we go. If we make an all-time high, I don't think so. I don't think we go. I think that's a true statement, that we don't go below 80K again. If we don't, however, if we only get our SOS, No, I don't think we're going below 70 until the actual bear market. Personally, we'll see. I'm going to let the market dictate me, but just where it is right now, with this being the what I believe to be the spring, if that's true, if my analysis is correct, we would not until the actual end of the show. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you think it's possible we go back down to 72K? It is possible. I don't think it's probable, especially not right now. First time here. Syracuse, New York, in the house. Welcome, bro. Welcome, Mark. You savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Good Morgan Ski and Solnic fam. Good Morgan, good Morgan. Is Pi Link? What are you asking me, Jody? Are you asking me about Pi? Is that what you're asking me about? Thank you for the gold medal, you savage, bro.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
I appreciate you. All right. Thanks for the sunglasses, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Thanks for the goats, bro. Thoughts on XYO looking like a good buy? I think so. I do think it's... Thanks for the money gun.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
I think XYO is a little bit risky of a stab. I'm probably going to take a stab at XYO. And I'm going to have my stop losses tight. This technically has not broken the downtrend, but I think that this is a high probability of being a spring. Less of a high probability that Bitcoin spring is in, but generally the market trades together. And what I do think is happening right now is Bitcoin dominance, is working on its UTAD. So we'll see. I might take a tight stab at this. It has not technically broke a downtrend, so it's a little bit more risky. But macro, man, does it look beautiful. Man, does it look beautiful. West Lawn, thanks for becoming a member, bro. You savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
I appreciate you, bro. Alts are looking strong. I think, well, I don't know if strong would be the word, but I do think that this is the UTAD for Bitcoin dominance, which is like the maximum capitulation, the maximum worst that it's going to get. So yeah, in that regard, I would agree. We should not get above 65.2, if that's true. But I do think that this is the structural UTAD right now, which is the worst that it's going to be for Bitcoin dominance, which is the worst it's going to be for the alts, which would be the best buying opportunity. Dynex is still, it's still one of my favorite AI plays. It's been on a perpetual downtrend. But I'm still stacking it. I'm still averaging my cost down. And I think eventually it's going to pay off really good. I do like Flux here more, but I think that Dynex is a good AI play. How high can XYO go? 10 to 20 cents is still my target. John Boy, what up, Ski? What's up, fam? Ski, can you tell me about Altcoin? Can you look? Will it touch the high sky? Altcoin. I like the ZBCN chart. I think it's got a good structure. I think it has a really good structure. Thanks for the high bear, bro. You savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Ooh. All right, let's check out. Thanks for the heart puffs, you savages.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
LAI. Do I think that this will make all-time highs? Ooh, what is this, bro? Probably not. What's the inflation on this? Is it layer? Which one is it, bro? You talk about Casp target. I think that Casp is bottomed. I think it's on accumulation. I don't think it's a V bottom. I think it's going to do a proper accumulation. But 5.5 cents was my target back in 2023. And I'm considering adding a decent position on Casp to my bag. There's no real reason, Rock, for it. It's just the full moon is on the 12th. And I'm giving it a few days after. How about XEN? XEN is performing very well. I like the chart. I would wait for a pullback on XEN to add to it. I wouldn't buy it today. You never want to chase a 35% move in a day as a general rule of thumb. But that's my thoughts. Yeah, listen, I think that Casp was bottomed here. I mean, you might get a secondary test or a spring that goes a little bit lower, but this is the structural bottom, in my opinion. I'm probably going to be looking to add a position to this. This is a good place to start to accumulate. This filled out the technical gap here. You're starting to get a divergence. Now, I don't think it's going to be like tomorrow that this is going to V bottom out of here. I think it's got some time of chopping, but I'm probably going to just DCA into Caspa right here. I think it'll at least go to 15 cents, and it could go north of 60 cents. So that's a pretty good price. Like, you're talking to, you know, an 8x. I really like that it did this really nice, healthy distribution. That's a good sign of a long-term playing power of healthy distribution rather than just a blow-off pin top. So, yeah, this to me is solid. Now, it's probably going to get a healthy accumulation, so it's probably going to take some time. Like, I'm not expecting this to just V bottom out of here. But I do think that this is a good value, and I'm probably going to add this to my top value plays, actually. Caspa, I think, has sunken into the top values. I do think that this is the bottoming structure for Caspa. It's got some work to do. It's not going to just be like a V bottom out of here. I definitely don't think that. Just watch the video explaining if XEN get fast. What's up, Big D? I just watched the video explaining if XEN get fast 2 cents, stop is 10 cents. I'm not sure. Rephrase that question, bro. Can it get above 10 cents? That's what you're asking me? I think so. At this point, because it's already came back. Like on that last ride, remember when it was at like 4 cents and 6.5 cents, and I was like, for the love of God, please take profit. I thought that there was no way, but because it already came all the way back, and it's probably, if I were to look at it, you know what I mean? It's probably down a good 90% or something like that. What is it down from the peak here? 85%. Yeah. So can it get to 10 cents? Let's see. I think that that's probable. $7.5. 11 cents. Yeah, I think that's possible. 7.5 cents is more probable, and I would definitely de-risk at around 3.3 cents. But I think that's definitely in the cards. Hopefully that makes sense. Top layer 1. Any good real project, a great buy. The market could snap back any day. Hopefully we get a few weeks to snag up. Yeah, hopefully. You can leverage trade XYO on Blowfin. I'm going to open a long on a pullback. Yeah, I might put in a limit order on that. You think Dynex will go back to all-time high? Down too much? It's possible. I would de-risk at the 0.5 and the 618 for sure. I don't think it's a crazy thing to think that it can go back to all-time high, but I'm definitely going to de-risk at the retracement levels. I'm going to keep adding to my position, and I'm going to... Man, it's getting very, very close to breaking this downtrend, though. It's starting to, it's starting to just chop sideways here. That's what we need. Hasn't quite made a higher high here. We'll see. But I'm going to de-risk a lot at 70 cents to $1. That's, there's not a lot of inflation on Dynex. Again, this is a healthy distribution. I would expect a healthy accumulation. But I think you go 350 to $5 if it goes parabolic. I'm still going to de-risk 70 cents to $1. I'm going to be de-risking a good bit of my position there. I don't know if that makes best value crypto right now. Solnic. It's my number one 100x play. How's Solnic looking? And I spilled the beans yesterday. We partnered with Mario Nafal. We'll be doing multiple podcasts with him. He's going to be tweeting about it multiple times over multiple months. And really, the key is to leverage that. I'm not counting on Mario to save us. I'm counting on Mario to get me in front of the right people. That's what I'm counting on. So yeah, Solnic's right at the 200 exponential moving average. It's a breakout back test of the prior range. It's on top of all of the support. I think it's in a really good spot. And this is a really good spot to accumulate, in my opinion. Can we do a deep dive on Rose and possible price breakdown? I got you, Cole. Does your thesis assume QE getting announced in the next 2 to 3 months? I don't really care. I think it's plausible that happens, but I'm not a fundamental analyst. That's not what I do. I don't fundamentally analyze the market. That's not my area of expertise. But it's plausible, yes. I think it's very probable that we get quantitative tightening or easing, excuse me, in the next 3 months. And I think that there's a realistic possibility that they start doing stimulus checks again too. But it's going to be like kind of a reverse stimulus check in that of a Doge dividend. And again, I'm not counting on that to save us. I'm just showing you what I see in the charts. Show me the charts. I'll tell you the news. I think that this is the spring. I think that this is as bad as it's going to get. And this is a very similar move to the C19 crash. And it's at a very peculiar time. Right? It never feels good to buy the bottom. Never will it feel good. Never, not one time. Never, ever will it feel good to buy the bottom. Never. It's never going to feel like you're doing the right thing. But I think that that's the key, is to master your emotions and understand how the apex predators really operate. Leroy Jenkins, what's up, bro? What is up? Good to see you. All right. Should we switch TikTok to everyone? I don't know. I'm scared. I don't think so. All right. Yeah, reminder, guys. We have the ebook coming out very, very soon. Built in the boring. This is my entire method. The proceeds are going to go to help fund Solnic's marketing and developing. But this is my entire playbook. 10 years of experience put into one easy to read ebook. We might be doing a physical book later. We'll see how things go. But the members exclusive group is going to get the best price, and they're going to get access to it first. And then beyond that, we'll be putting it out. So this is going to go over Wyckoff. It's going to go over Elliott Wave. It's going to go over Fibonacci's. It's going to be over how to set up your price targets. It's going to go trading with the moon, anti-sentimental trading, all that, plus some cool stories and some real life trades as to how I've positioned myself. And hopefully this will add to your toolbox. So this is going to be dropping pretty soon. The link is in the YouTube description if you want to get on the wait list for this. But really excited to bring it to you. I heard we are in a beer market. Would VeChain ever get to $1? I think for sure at some point. Like, I don't know that that's going to happen this cycle, but I definitely think it would happen next cycle. What's your thoughts about your coin in short term, where Solnic can go? I'm very bullish on Solnic short term and long term. Next Friday, we're doing a podcast with Mario Nafal. So there you go. We got some big things coming out with that. The pre-staking is almost done as well. Still working on the stable coin. Everything. We're still working on everything. It's not like I've forgotten about anything. So yeah, man, like fundamentally, I'm bullish on what we're trying to do. I'm bullish on the potential. I'm bullish on the community. I'm bullish on the TA right now and the TA long term. It is my highest conviction play. And it is not particularly close. So there you go. Super excited. But yeah, I think that we had a good breakout back test of the prior range. I think that that's a good thing. That's a healthy thing to do. Would you say Bitcoin would be a good buy under 80K? I would say that Bitcoin is a good buy under 80K as long as your time horizon is long enough. The web, if your time horizon is like, 5+ year, I would say under 80K is excellent buy. If your time horizon is the next 12 months, I don't know. I mean, I still think it's a decent buy, but yes. Over the next 5 years, I think it's an excellent buy. So you're not trying to be a boo. Downloaded Telegram and Discord app. Where is all the news? Are you in the groups, bro? What's your thoughts on Crow price? I think Crow is likely to retrace. I don't think it's likely to go parabolic, but I think there's lots of gains to be had even on a retracement. Where's Crow at? I think it's more likely to just retrace, but I think that you're talking a 9x just to retrace. I think you take that. Even just, okay, so like there's confluence with the 2618 and the macro 0.5, that's 50 cents. I think that's very probable. 50 cents to 69 cents, I think is the probable landing spot, but there's a chance that this thing goes parabolic. But I'm going to be de-risking a lot here, either way. What groups? We got the regular Solnic Telegram, and we have the private group, which comes with 2 NFT sales. Gets you lifetime access. That comes with my calls, my buys, my sells, anytime I trade, go long, anytime I go short, my take profits, my stop losses, books that have helped me, meditations that have helped me, plus being around a bunch of other savages who are all like-minded and trying to grind and grow in the same way. And I think that that's probably the most valuable asset of the group. Not my calls, not my holdings, not my portfolio, not the books, not the meditations. I think it's being around other like-minded individuals who are trying to grow and learn at the same time. Win Rose chart, bro. Let's look at Rose. Yeah, I think that Rose is more likely to just retrace. I mean, it's still working on this downtrend. I did not think it was going to go below all this. I thought that was a very improbable thing to happen, but it happened. So I think that means it's just going to retrace is the more likelihood. I'm definitely going to be de-risking. I'll hold a moon bag to go parabolic, but I'm going to be de-risking 31 cents to 42 cents aggressively. But that's still, I mean, we're talking a 20x just to retrace. 15x, yeah. I still think it's a good value. When you still think XYO can get to 20 cents? I think 10 cents is more probable, but I do think it's possible, yes. I do think so. All right. Well, what time is it? It's 5 my time. Is Fartcoin the safest bet in crypto these days? Let's look at Fartcoin, actually, because I was thinking about shorting Fartcoin. Let's see if we can get a good opportunity to short Fartcoin. There's going to be the last few days to hit sub 80. I think so. How's everyone feeling today? Low-key, Fartcoin has a good-looking chart. Yeah. On the macro, it's below the 236. This is probably your sign of strength, your back test. It's probably going to retrace $1.70. Let me look at the 5 hour. Is there good opportunities to short here? I don't know, man. Fartcoin has a good looking chart. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's hilarious how good the chart looks on Fartcoin. Yo, Ski from Australia. Let's go. Keep buying and run it up. Let's go, bro. Welcome. Thanks for your support. After the spaces with Mario, what comes next in the partnership? We have multiple spaces, multiple tweets, multiple retweets over multiple months. So it's a long-term thing. So excited. I wasn't supposed to spill the beans on that, but we did. We spilled the beans. I was supposed to keep it under wraps, but it's all right. We'll be live next Friday. So it's fine. We got about a week. You got about a week's heads up. That's fine. It's all good. It's all good, man. All right, guys. This has got to be a quick one because my wife has to go to, she's part of a play. So I got to watch the kids. But I'll be live tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. I think this is a success with the TikTok members only. So if you want to watch on TikTok, you're just going to have to be a member or watch on YouTube, because listen, I am tired of dealing with the nonsense every day. And this is 3 times now where we went live members only. And guess what? We had 4 times, 0 issues. So that's how we're going to keep it from now on. If you want to see the real thing, I'll be live on YouTube tomorrow. It's probably going to be the same time tomorrow. I'll put it out in the Telegram. Reminder, there is a link in the bio to get early access to the ebook. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I appreciate each and every one of you guys.